Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the Week 2 Team Builder for the NPA Season 4. We have another uphill battle. We're getting the bad matchups out ahead of time, I think. That's what we're doing for the most part. It's a struggle, man. It's a pretty big struggle. So, this week we are facing the Los Angeles Landorus, and it is... I'm going to be honest. I didn't like our matchup last week. Obviously, we pulled through, got a nice 4-0 to start off the season. This team is actually more scary for me, if you can believe that. Mega Arrow has all the offensive presence of anything you'd not want to see, plus the speed to boot. Let's just run down the lineup here. Latias, which is super scary. Arcanine. We got Tentacruel, Registeel, Vileplume, Haunter. Talk about that in a second. Mega Aerodactyl, like I said, Weavile, Azelf, Quagsire, and Girder. So one of the big problems is that this team specifically is once again very good against Tapu, which Bulu is one of our main offensive threats, which means we can't really bring it. And if we don't bring it, then that Quagsire is kind of a problem. But ultimately, it just doesn't make sense to bring Tapu Bulu against this matchup. There's so much stuff that has poison, so much stuff that has steel, ice attacks. There's so much super effective Bulu stuff that could just tech and wreck. Coining that phrase right now. They could just tech and wreck us 9 times over. So we're not going to bring Bulu. Some of the things I'm terrified of that I don't necessarily want to see are Haunter, Girder, and Quagsire. Will they bring? Will the Landorus bring them? I don't know. But those are things I'm pretty afraid of. Haunter has a really high base special attack and a really high speed. Girder is terrifying to have to play against regardless. I know they're NFEs, however, I respect the NFE, so obviously I'm not not feeling great about it. And then Quagsire, Quagsire creates a whole mess of problems since we don't have Tapu Bulu. As you can see, on Vikavolt, for example, we do have Energy Balls, so we do have ways of getting rid of Quagsire. It's not the best ways of getting rid of Quagsires, but there, it is possible to do so. Some things I think we're going to see that I don't want to see are Registeel, Weavile, and Mega Aerodactyl. Those are kind of my 3 guaranteed. I'm gonna see those picks. Probably Latias as well. Just because it tends to handle my walls pretty decently. One of the reasons we're not bringing Blissey, for example, is while a nice special wall here would be really good, there's a lot of physical offensive pressure, and it's really easy. There's a lot of stuff on here that just gets Psyshock. So some of the things that Blissey would normally come in on, we're gonna get walled by, or we're not gonna get walled. We're gonna get wrecked by a Psyshock anyway. And there wasn't really a good way for me to build stuff that was safely 3-hit KO'd by special attackers while also maintaining enough physical bulk to withstand Psyshock. So we're not gonna bring Blissey this time. We're gonna switch stuff up a little bit here. Give some of our other roster a chance to shine, maybe. So that's the Landorus lineup. That's kind of what I'm afraid of. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I would kind of be surprised if we didn't see these things. Weavile's in a very good position where it can be banded at Adamant and still outrun a whole mess of things. So I kind of had to prep for specific builds that I thought I would see, and hopefully that's how that goes for us. So starting these off, we have Vikavolt. Vigavolt's gonna rock the assault vest. He's gonna be bulky. He's gonna be bulky this time around. We don't have a great deal of special attack investment, but we don't really need it. T-Bolt, Bug Buzz, and Energy Ball pretty much do everything we needed to do. And we get slow Volt switches off into more threatening presences, such as Mega Pidgeot, Darmanitan, Nihilego, stuff like that. So I feel like Vigavolt's going to be pretty solid here. We do have a considerable Quake weakness, and it's perpetuated by the fact that we don't have Tapu Bulu. However, we have 3 ground weaknesses and 3 ground immunities, so we should be kind of okay there. I mean, Aerodactyl might just be able to come in an Earthquake, but we have some options against that, as we'll see soon. So Cresselia here. Cresselia is my bulky mon on the physical side. We have Psyshock, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Moonlight with a Colbur Berry. So this build specifically is going to take an Adamant Band knockoff from Weavile relatively well. Well, not relatively well. Like, it does... Okay, so Cresselia doesn't want to take it. But I think it's going to do like 50%-ish, somewhere around there. Which means, you know, we can't take 2 knockoffs, I don't believe, but we can at least get 1 hit in. If we have to, like, use Cresselia to revenge kill or something like that with a Moonblast, something like that. We're also packing Energy Ball because, again, Quagsire is scary. We have Psyshock because it's going to do more to things like Haunter and Vileplume and Tentacruel. And maybe not Girder, but that's okay. Like, Girder's not going to stay in on Cresselia. Like, that would be crazy. And then, of course, we have Moonlight there to kind of help keep us bulk again. Keep us around for a little bit longer. Seemed to work out pretty well last week, so we'll continue that trend. Cresselia is here to be kind of bulky and just sit in on stuff. It's honestly it's my main deal of kind of handling Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl can't really do much to it. Even with Crunch, I think it's Adamant Crunch does like 23-25%, somewhere around there. So I'm feeling pretty okay, and that's without the Colbur Berry, by the way. So I'm feeling pretty all right with Cresselia. We got Nihilego, who is our Sash Mon here. We got Sludge Wave, Power Gem, Psyshock. Again, Psyshock over Psychic makes a lot more sense. And then Stealth Rock. So pending any Sashes, which is one of the reasons why we have Stealth Rocks on 2 of our Mons this week, Power Gem kind of cleans up pretty decently, you know? Power Gem does an okay amount to a lot of stuff on this team. Psyshock for the coverage that it doesn't, and then Sludge Wave for just, you know, big overall damage. Sash is there. We don't have a great way of dealing with hazards necessarily, so there's that. But you know, that's generally okay, I think, for the most part. If we lose our Sash, you know, that's it's all right. I know that they have priority. Landorus has a decent chunk of priority. It's going to come down to the 6 that they bring, I think, for the most part. But having a speedy, really powerful Psyshock or Sludge Wave or Power Gem could come in handy late game for sure. And then, you know, we had late game Stealth Rock set up last time too, in week 1, and that tended to benefit us as well. So we're tacking that on. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to pack stuff like Grass Knot would have been the other option, I think, for Quagsire, because we don't want to stay in on Quagsire. if Nihilego v Quagsire, like Nihilego's gonna lose that one anyway. So it made more sense to kind of give us another Rocks option this particular game, especially stuff with like Haunter, Weavile, Mega Arrow, Arcanine, like all of those things that maybe want to switch in or come in. Let them take a little more damage. So Rhyperior, our Groundium Z Rhyperior here, coming in to save the day. He's got Stealth Rocks, Mega Horn, Rock Blast, and Earthquake. Again, I'm afraid of Sashes. So we're gonna go with Rock Blast. It doesn't really make as much sense to run something like Rock Slide. Stone Edge, I could definitely see the benefit of Stone Edge, just for the sheer power of it. But I don't land Stone Edges, so I don't run Stone Edge. Rock Blast, if we hit three Rock Blasts is stronger than one Rock Slide, basically. So I'm willing to take the bet on that and run Rock Blast instead. Most of the time we don't need 3 hits to knock stuff out. Like usually it's just 2 and done, especially if there's any kind of chip damage on it anyway. Then we have Earthquake. So this Rhyperior specifically is built a little bit bulkier, but it does have quite a bit of attack investment. And the benefit to that is the 2 walls that I could see being a big problem for me. Obviously Registeel and Arcanine. So a max HP, max defense, benefiting nature in defense Arcanine is scary. Physical wall Arcanine is really scary. This Grounding MZ at -1 will knock out that Arcanine barely. Barely. It puts us at the baseline of 100% to something or another. Just perfectly. So we can pretty much eliminate physical wall Arcanine or physical wall Registeel without any hesitation. There are quite a few ground switch-ins. Azelf has Levitate. I think Haunter still has Levitate. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just Gengar that lost it. Latias has Levitate. Aerodactyl is obviously a flying type, so those necessarily don't want to come in on Rhyperior per se, and that's why we've got the Megahorn as well. So if we know a switch is coming, if we can feel it in our gut that a switch is coming, we can Megahorn or Rock Blast and get the KO that way. Because Megahorn's going to do mad damage to Latias and Azelf. Again, pending any sashes, they should OHKO. And then Rock Blast will more than likely take out an Aerodactyl if it comes in. Definitely will take out a Haunter. I know that for fact. Haunter, while it is very scary, is a glass cannon, so it doesn't take a whole lot to be able to knock it out. And then what else we got? We have Mega Pidgeot back again. U-turn, Hurricane, Heatwave, Defog. Defog, just like rocks aren't great. Rocks aren't great here for us. I know that. I am aware. I didn't prioritize hazard removal on my draft as much as maybe I should have. But we have 3 options. This is an option. And honestly, like, you're going to run Hurricane Heatwave regardless. U-turn for pivot potential, and then, why not? It fit. It made more sense than trying to put Murkrow or Hitmonchan on the team. Hitmonchan would have been cool. But its offensive presence just wasn't really there for this team specifically, especially with Mega Aerodactyl and Tentacruel. So overall, this is our Pidgeot. It's also like our fastest mon, so we gotta take advantage of that. If Weavile is banded Adamant, or just Adamant in general, as long as it's not Scarfed, we should be able to outspeed it. We are base 121, 122, something like that, and Weavile's base 125. So as long as it's not Scarfed Adamant, if it's Adamant something, we will outspeed it. So that's some information that we're going to want to make sure that we have. And then we should live in Ice Shard at full health. I'll double check that calc before we actually play, just to be safe. But for the most part, we should be all right there. Heatwave does a lot of damage, especially if stuff like Registeel wants to come in on us. Hurricane's gonna hurt a lot of things because it's bird spam. And then we have a fast U-turn, so we do have a Volt turn core kind of happening. Slow Volt, fast turn. So there's that. We got Pidgeot. He's here to do some work. I love Mega Pidgeot, dude. I'm loving Mega Pidgeot already. If there was something that caused me to love something more than Pidgeot, it would be Darmanitan. We're back again. We are Adamant. We are Choice Scarfed. We will outspeed Mega Aerodactyl. So, pending anything else that's scarfed. Like, Latias could be scarfed. Azelf could be scarfed. You might even scarf Haunter if you bring it. You know, there's those are the three potential scarfers I could see. I don't think they're gonna waste a scarf on Weavile, right? Probably not. But we are Adamant, which gives us a lot more physical presence, and we have Earthquake, U-Turn, Rock Slide, and Flare Blitz. So nothing too surprising there. We are free to EQ, which is really, really nice. We have another Turner who is faster than Mega Pidgeot, so we got some answers here. Again, I'm not feeling incredibly confident about this matchup. I feel less confident than I did about last time, and I really didn't have a lot of confidence last time. But hey, who knows? We might be able to pull one out. Darmanitan does a lot of damage, man. Like Flare Blitz, Adamant Flare Blitz does a lot of damage. And luckily, like, we didn't have to put a lot into our speed. Like, we're basically outspeeding Jolly max speed Aerodactyl. It didn't make sense to dump all of our speed investment into Darmanitan when Latias and Azelf, the big potential scarfers I could see, would just trump me anyway. So there it is. we put some extra into I think it was like 92, I want to say, into Spadef. It's some kind of crazy calc. Like, we live a timid Life Orb Draco from Latias. I don't know, man. But it just kind of aligned in that way, so we're gonna run with it. There you go. There's our team builder for week 2. Hopefully we can kind of pull one out here. Keep the good roll going. If not, you know, like I said, it's not an ideal matchup for us. So we're gonna do the best we can. As with every week, we will just do the best we can, and hope for an optimal outcome for us. So let me know in the comments if you guys are hyped for week 2 of the NPA. We're gonna do our best. I can promise you that. We're gonna do our best. Not the week for Zen Mode Darmanitan, unfortunately, but someday down the road here, we're gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I am Blue, and I will catch you next time, or even tomorrow, with the week 2 battle. So look forward to that. Catch you guys next time.